Have you ever looked up at a gathering storm and felt a sense of ancient power? A feeling that the wind and the rain are trying to tell you something? For countless generations, many indigenous cultures of North America looked to the skies and saw more than just weather. They saw the Thunderbird, a being of immense power, a creature not of this world, but a messenger from the spirit realm. The Thunderbird isn't just a myth, it's a living story, a symbol of transformation. Its arrival signals not just a physical storm, but a storm of change. When its mighty wings beat, they create the sound of thunder. When it blinks its eyes, lightning flashes across the sky. The rain that follows is said to be tears of sorrow or joy, cleansing the land and preparing it for what's to come. This powerful entity embodies the raw, untamable force of nature itself. In many tribal mythologies, prophecy isn't about a fixed, unchangeable future written in a book. It's a living, breathing dialogue with the world around us. The elders and shamans, through deep connection and observation, learned to read the signs. They understood that the universe speaks in a language of symbols, and the Thunderbird was one of its most profound words. Its appearance could foretell great upheaval, a warning of difficult times, or it could signal the end of a long drought, promising renewal and abundance. These prophecies weren't just about grand, world-ending events. They were woven into the fabric of daily life. The way the clouds gathered, the direction the wind blew, the unusual behavior of animals all were seen as parts of a larger message. An early frost might be a whisper of a harsh winter ahead. A flock of birds changing their migration path could be a sign of imbalance in the natural world. Nature was the sacred text, and every element was a verse, a clue to the unfolding story of the future. The sky wasn't an empty canvas. It was a prophetic scroll, painted daily by the forces of creation. When great disasters struck, floods that reshaped rivers, fires that consumed ancient forests, or storms that flattened entire landscapes, they weren't seen as random acts of chaos. They were viewed through a spiritual lens. These events were often interpreted as a consequence of humanity's actions, a sign that the delicate balance between people and nature had been broken. The Thunderbird storm, in this context, becomes a powerful corrective force. It is the Earth's response to disrespect and disharmony, a dramatic call to attention, urging people to remember their sacred responsibilities and their place within the great web of life. It's a harsh lesson, but one rooted in the idea that our choices have profound, tangible consequences. But here is the most beautiful part of the Thunderbird story. Destruction is never the final word. In every myth of a great flood or a cleansing fire, there is the promise of what comes after the storm passes. The floodwaters recede. From the ashes of the old, new life springs forth. The Thunderbird, while a bringer of destructive power, is also the harbinger of rebirth. It washes away what is stagnant, weak, or corrupt, clearing the ground for a fresh start. The destruction it brings is not an end, but a necessary, albeit painful, transformation. It is the ultimate act of cosmic renewal, ensuring that life, in its endless cycle, can begin again, stronger and wiser than before. So what can we, in our modern world, learn from the Thunderbird's prophecy? Perhaps the lesson is that we are not separate from nature, but an inseparable part of it. The storms we see brewing on our own horizon climate change. Ecological imbalance. Social division. Are they not the modern-day beat of the Thunderbird's wings? These ancient stories remind us to listen, to look for the signs not just in the sky, but in our own communities and our own hearts. They teach us that our actions have echoes and that the world responds to how we treat it. The prophecy of the Thunderbird isn't a forecast of doom. It's an invitation to participate in our own renewal. It challenges us to face the coming storms not with fear, but with wisdom and courage. It reminds us that even after the most devastating tempests, there is always the potential for rebirth, a chance to rebuild our world on a foundation of respect, balance, and harmony. The future isn't a storm we must simply endure. It's a landscape we have the power to help reshape once the cleansing rains have passed. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of the storm. If these stories of myth and meaning resonate with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more explorations into the wisdom of the ages. Stay curious and listen to the whispers of the wind.